What should be done to protect people like your little girl from being safe at school?
Well, we homeschool her, but that's our decision. Some people don't have that option, and frankly, some people don't need to do it. I mean, they don't have to. It just suited our needs much better.
Thank you.
You good?
If there's any role for Congress to play in reaction to this tragedy, obviously this is your state now, but It's happened in every other state.
Oh, it's happening. It doesn't matter what state it's happening in. We're all Americans. It doesn't matter the color of their skin. They all bleed red, and they're bleeding a lot. I don't see any real role that we could do other than mess things up, honestly, because of the situation. It's like I said, I don't think a criminal's going to stop from guns. You can print them out on the computer now, 3D printing, and there's really, I don't think you're going to stop the gun violence. I think you got to change people's hearts. As a Christian, as we talk about in the church, and I've said this many times, I think we really need revival. We're not going to fix it. Criminals are going to be criminals.
We're not going to fix it. What would the children and victims of gun violence say? Remember this up until Election Day. These monsters are replaceable. Vote them out, for heaven's sake. Republicans, your disgusting gun fetish is getting children killed. Last year alone, Republicans took $4.6 million from the gun lobby. And thank God, someone's finally saying something about it.
And all of this is because politicians in this chamber that have been bought and paid for by the NRA, that put profits over people, over human lives. Cowards who wasted our time last week, passing a parental bill of rights, not giving a damn about the rights of children, to be able to go to their classroom without the fear of being gunned down due to senseless gun violence. It is likely that at this moment, the next mass shooter is planning their shooting. What will this chamber do about it?
With Republicans being in charge of the House of Representatives, nothing is going to change. It's a disastrous, endless cycle. A shooting occurs, no federal or state response is given, thoughts and prayers are offered up, and Republicans then cite mental health concerns as the root. Okay, then why did Republicans vote against a bill expanding mental health services? It's almost as if they don't have any political will to even go forward with the half-baked solutions that they offer up to our gun violence epidemic. Republican politicians don't care about solutions. Their gun fetish and money from the gun lobby is more important to them than the lives of our own children. Republican voters, haven't you had enough? Aren't you tired of this like we are? Yet Republican senators like Mike Rounds respond in this way. Take a look.
Do you think that there should be action here in the wake of that shooting?
I put myself in a position where I look at those families and I see these things, and I look at my colleagues up here, and there isn't anybody here that, if they could find the right approach, wouldn't try to do something because they feel that pain.
Republican Senator Mike Rounds is about to get real frank with the American people over how worthless Congress is in accomplishing anything that improves their lives or keeps their children safe.
And yet, when we start talking about bans or challenging on the Second Amendment, I think the things that have already been done have gone about as far as we're going to with gun control.
The Nashville shooter obtained her 7 guns legally, despite being under treatment for an emotional disorder. There have been 131 mass shootings just so far this year in 2023, and 4,248 deaths at the moment that I record this video. The gun laws need to change. Ban assault weapons like what the Nashville shooter used. It's what the children would want. Meanwhile, the right-wing media is focusing on side doors and door reform, all distracting you with culture war garbage and nonsense, while the next mass shooter is probably planning their next shooting. We need real solutions. Also, they can't tell you any real solutions because they're in love with their guns. But also, the gun lobby is paying right-wing media millions of dollars, most likely, I don't have any evidence, but I guarantee you that they are, so that they distract from real solutions that are going to actually fix our gun violence epidemic. Our media has been captured by the interests of our gun industry. And yes, the shooter was transgender, a detail that broke my heart that a member from my own LGBTQ community could do such a hateful and heinous act like murdering children. But that does not warrant the excessive hatred and fear-mongering of LGBTQ people and trans people in the wake of this horrible development. Because let me remind you that 98% of all of our mass shootings up until this point have been done by men, cisgender men, not trans people. And let me give you some real solutions. Ban assault weapons like AR-15s, what the Nashville shooter used in that case. She shot the door, broke it down, shattered the glass, and went in. It doesn't matter if you try to do door reform. Also, universal background checks. Make sure that we vet every single person, make sure that they are a citizen not prone to violence, and then respect their Second Amendment rights. Also, strengthen red flag laws so we can make sure to get guns out of the hands of people who are prone to do dangerous things. It's so obvious. So once the right-wing media is done with their temper tantrum of fear-mongering about trans people, maybe we can get to real solutions. Yet you have fools like Lauren Bobo the Congress clown saying this.
A recent report states that Americans own 46% of the world's guns. I think we need to get our numbers up, boys and girls.
Vote them out. These monsters can be replaced. We must strengthen, unify, mobilize, and vote them out. It shouldn't matter what your partisanship is to want action on the gun violence epidemic plaguing our country. If you really care about protecting the children, you'll stop with your nonsense of trying to protect children from gay people and focus on guns, things that actually kill them. How many people have died from Drag Queen Story Hour? How many people have died from reading a book about gay penguins? No, it's all fear-mongering meant to distract you from real issues like gun violence. Vote them out. My name is Scott Johnson. You can find more of me on TYT's The Breakdown. That is where I post some content for the Young Turks. It's amazing. You should totally go check it out. You can also find me on TikTok. Yeah, I'm a TikToker. 62,000 followers, honey. And also, don't forget to smash that subscribe button to the GAYZE. Thank you for being here.